Jackie. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea and I have always loved her intro. I hope that she doesn't get upset that I did that, but I did it in honor of her. Today we are going to be playing with the Jackie, Aina, and Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I am so excited for this palette because I really like Jackie. I think she's one of those YouTubers that you just have to love her. I love her energy. I love her authenticity. I love that she is going to be her no matter what people think. And I feel like this is her year. So she was on the cover of Essence. They did an article about her. She launched her palette. Then a couple days ago, she got engaged to the love of her life. Like this is her year. And I'm so excited that she was able to come out with this eyeshadow palette because it is definitely marketed to everyone, but she definitely kept her brown skin girls in mind. And I'm just so excited for her. So definitely stay tuned. We're going to be doing a tutorial using this palette. This is a first impression. I have not done anything with this palette except for swatch it, posted it on my Instagram. You can follow me there at GlamGirlChelsea. And so yeah, definitely stay tuned. I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and all that good stuff. But if this is your first time here, I'd love to say welcome. I'd love for you to stick around and join my family over here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day and watching my video. And if you are a returning subscriber, of course, I'm so appreciative of all of your constant love and support. And yeah, let's just get right into the video. Okay, so like we said, we've got the Jackie Aina palette. But if for some crazy reason you have not seen the palette yet, here she is in all of her glory. I absolutely love the color story here because I feel like it's a color story that can be used for multiple looks. So if I wanted to go for a more subtle look, I can do that with this palette. I can do more dramatic looks, of course, with this palette. There's color in here, but if you're not someone who's like, I want to do a rainbow look, I don't think the color scheme here would intimidate you. And based on swatches, this formula is out of this world. The mattes feel very nice. The shimmer shades and the glitter shades are just, they are more than what we've ever seen in Anastasia palettes. So let's hope that the actual blending of the eye and things like that is just the same. So I'll insert some swatches here so that you can take a look at them. So just to give you a couple of details about the palette, I am reading this off of the Anastasia website. This is a limited edition palette that's created, of course, with Jackie Aina. And it's featuring Jackie's must-have eyeshadow and pressed pigment shades for a straight-up gorgeous look. And so we have two pressed pigments, and so if you are not familiar with pressed pigments, typically with pressed pigments, the formula should never really get into your eyes because it truly is a pigment that they have pressed into a powder. So a lot of times those shades are not best used where they can actually get into your eye. So we have two pressed pigments, and the two pressed pigments are going to be Supreme, this color right here, Big Wig, excuse me, this matte purple right here. So Supreme and Big Wig are the two pressed pigments in the palette. And then it says that the shadows are a unique full pigment formula that is easy to blend and that will deliver high color payoff. It's going to contain 14 all new shadows and pressed pigments, both matte and metallic finishes. So we are not seeing any repeats of colors in this palette. The palette does come with this dual-ended eyeshadow brush where you've got more of a fluffy brush on one end and then a flat shader brush on the other. These brushes are actually good. I do like to use these brushes when I'm applying eyeshadow. And it's formulated without parabens, gluten, phthalates, or talc. It's clinically tested, dermatologist tested, and non-comedogenic. And this palette is cruelty-free. Okay, so now we can get into applying the eyeshadow on my eye. Are we too close? I don't think so. Alright, so let's start off with Ginger. We have the shade right here. Start this as our transition color. And I'm just going to use the brush that the palette came with because like I said, I like these brushes. This dual-ended brush. Okay, now let's go into Pinker, this shade right here. And we are going to go in with a Sigma E25 brush, and we're going to begin to blend that into the crease. Now we're going to go in with the shade Supreme right here. And I'm using the same Sigma brush. I just cleaned it off on my color switch. And we're going to put that into the crease as well. Right now I'm going to go in with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and we're going to cut the crease. Now we're going to go in with the shade Credit right here. And I'm going to take the shader, the flat shader side of the dual-ended brush that the palette came with, and we're going to pat that on the outer eye. And now we're going to go in with the shade Edges right here, using the same brush, and we're going to blend out that edge. Now we are going to go in with the shade Zinnium. And we're going to put that in the inner corner. Okay, so we have both sides done. Now I'm going to go in with my Morphe E18 brush and go back in with that shade Supreme, that pink shade. Can y'all see that right there? I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to use this to blend out the edges. I saw Jackie do this with her tutorial. She did not do this eye look, but I'm just using this to blend out the edges of this eye look. I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup, and then we'll come back to work on the lower lash. We're back. I do have on lashes. I put on eyeliner, and then, yeah, let's finish up the lower lash line. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe E18 brush, and we're going to go in first with, let's go in with Ginger, that matte caramel shade. Now I do want to go in with Big Wig, just ever so slightly. So I started off with Caramel, that's the first shade, and now I'm going to move on to Big Wig. I'm literally only taking the tiniest amount because, like we said earlier, it's a pressed pigment, and I don't want to get this in my eye, so I'm going to concentrate it just below the lash line. Then I'm going to go in with Shookington, the shimmer purple color right here. I'm trying to use as many shades as I can. I've already given up that this is a work appropriate look. We're already a little too far gone, so why don't we just go all the way in? Okay, and lastly, for my inner corner highlight, actually no, not lastly, let's go in with some Trust Issues. This shade right here. And then the last of the last of the last will be the shade Soleil, and I'm going to use that for my brow bone. I'm just going to use just a little bit because I don't. I'm going to finish off my makeup and I'll be Alright, we are back. Makeup is done, and I'll be honest, I did not know where I was going with this eye look, and halfway in I was kind of like, I don't really know if I like it, but I think I like this. What do you guys think? So here's eye look. I'm looking down, so hopefully you all can see what the shadows look like on my so y'all can see what the shadows look like on my lid. I love how this look turned out. I'm really excited about it. So let me give you my thoughts and then we can conclude the video. As I said before, this was a first impression, so outside of swatching the colors, I didn't have a feel for how they were going to work, how they were going to blend, and things like that. Excuse me. So I'm just going to go in order of the shades that I used when I applied them on my eyes, and I'm going to explain to you how I felt they worked for me, and then we'll be done. So starting out with Ginger, this matte brown caramel shade, I thought it blended beautifully with my eye, or into my eye. It was very smooth. I was really shocked by the pigmentation as well, because when you look at it in the pan, it just looks like, okay, another, you know, tan matte brown. And those shades I usually have to kind of build up to get a decent pigmentation from it, but I felt that I got a lot of pigment from the shade right off the bat. Then moving into Pinker. So this shade right here is the only shade that I felt was hard to blend. And I'm gonna just, you know, chalk it up to possibly user error. Me maybe putting too much on my eye and then trying to blend it out instead of starting off with just a little bit and then working my way up. So I definitely want to play around with that shade more because I felt that it didn't blend well. It's kind of patchy, especially with this eye. I felt that this eye looked a lot more patchy when I was trying to blend that shade out, and then this eye was really pigmented with that shade, and like I said, I wasn't sure if I just applied more on this side or, you know, I don't know. But that shade was the only shade that I was just kind of like, I think I might need to try that one again. Supreme did exactly what I thought it was gonna do, and it was like Jackie said, this is such a great shade to blend out a look with. I love the warmth that it gives my eye look, but I also feel like that shade could be great to add to a cool toned look. Like I'm excited to use that with Sponsored, this duochromed green color, and also Lituation. So those two shades I think could play both warm or cool, so I'm really excited to use that. But I think Supreme is that all around great blending matte shade. Excellent. Then we went into Zingiam, and this shade is exactly what I thought she would be. Everything. That rose gold beautiful color that is just amazing. This is described as a sparkly rose gold color. There is fallout with it. I don't know if you saw it when I was doing the tutorial, but I definitely got fallout on my cheeks, which is why I started with the eyes first, because when I swatched that color, I knew right off the bat I would get fallout. But it is described as a sparkly shade, and so I wasn't upset with it because I expected it. Then we went in with, oh, I forgot Credit and Edges. Both Credit and Edges, yes, Edges blended out beautifully. I loved how I was able to pack both of those matte shades onto my eyelid, and I didn't feel like there was any patchiness with it, but the pigmentation was there, and I really loved how they both blended really well together on my eye. Love those colors. I felt like I had no issues with those. And then onto the lower lash line, so we used Ginger, and then I went in with Big Wig. That shade, pigmentation. Like, I used the tiniest bit of that color to apply to the lower lash line, but I'm excited to use that color again all over the lid and then add Shookington on top. I mean, can we just say fire? Shookington is gorgeous. And one thing that I love about the metallic shade Shookington, which I'm going to assume with Wiggly's and Soleil would be the same. I love that there wasn't fallout with it. Like, I applied it to the lower lash line. I don't have any fallout with it, and it is described as a metallic shade, but it wasn't, you know, there was no fallout with it, which I am happy with. I am going to do a follow-up video with this palette because I want to use all the shades and then really give you my opinions on how I feel about this palette, how they work, do I have standing on the lids and things like that. So stay tuned, I'm going to do a follow-up. But Big Wig and Shookington, beautiful, true royal purple colors. I love them. And then Trust Issues did exactly what I thought she was going to do. So it's that shade right here. And when you look at it in the pan, it looks white. But when you swatch it, you have that, it's got what, green, gold, I don't know. But it is definitely a surprise shade. Love that she named it Trust Issues. And then Soleil. Y'all, I was not ready for the pigmentation that Soleil brought. I put that on my brow bone highlight and I was like, wait, I wasn't ready for all of that. Still a lot more shimmery than I typically have my brow bone highlight, but gorgeous shade. Like, I'm so happy with this palette. I think, once again, that it's beautiful. I think it's so versatile. I'm not one that does like these elaborate looks. But I feel like this palette makes me want to do that. Like, I want to put, you know, the full purple on my eye. Like, I'm going to work like this, and I'm not going to be ashamed. I do look a little extra, but hey, Jackie Aina is extra, so I feel like I gotta be extra with her palette, right? Right. I didn't say this in the beginning, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 matte shades and 8 shimmer sparkly shades. I think this palette is great. I think if you haven't eyeing it, definitely pick it up. These are my thoughts. I hope that you enjoyed this video and this tutorial. Let me know down below what you think of the eye look. I think it came out good. It is true, lashes really does take a look from like questionable to like, okay, I see what you did. But I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to use this palette more. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye guys.